Schedule a Zoom with me at GCExperts.com/Zoom.
Nice to finally speak with you.
Yes, sir, Gino. How can I help you?
I was looking at I tried to go over the videos you sent me. For some reason, I can get into a few, but then I can't get into some, and then they go in and out to other videos. It was weird.
That's okay. Tell me about you.
Uh, well, I opened a construction company, one with my brother and one with my sons, and we're actually getting it together and getting it started, along with trying to cover all the sections of it as far as garbage and because that's like a separate section of the construction business.
Sure.
Uh, and that's pretty much it. And I've always wanted to get involved into real estate. So that's where I'm coming from.
Okay. Well, how'd you get interested in my stuff?
I saw you on Instagram, and I wanted to get to know more about it.
Sure. I'll tell you anything you want to know. I always say, these Zooms, some people assume that they're coming in here to see here's the 7 key steps you need to take to be a successful federal contractor. I just don't do that. This is just a conversation between two guys in the construction industry. I've been doing construction since I was 15 years old, and I've done everything from wind tunnels, water treatment plants to kitchen renovations. You name it, as long as it was federally funded, I've done it all. So, if you want to know something, you got to ask me the questions.
Okay. Well, exactly what is it that has to get done? I mean, me and my brother, we basically he's more at the long term idea guy, and I'm the guy that likes to that just likes to keep my guys working.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Um,
I want to put money in their pocket and food in their table to feed their family, and
okay.
take it from there. And if I could help more people to do that, I like to do that. So that's where I'm at. But I understand that comes with hard work, and keeping them working and getting more together. Like I'm responsible for them.
Okay. So, listen, it's not my job to talk you into this or talk you out of this, but I will tell you that I won't blow any smoke up your ass. And I'll tell you right now, I love what you said about wanting to keep your guys busy, put money in their pockets. You're talking to the wrong guy. Okay. What do I mean by that? I'm the guy that gets a contract. Like, what's your sweet spot? If you got a $50,000 contract tomorrow, what would it be for?
What do you mean? It could be whatever. It could be roofing. It could be interior.
Okay,
Uh,
roofing. Let's just say roofing. All
okay.
right. Now, suppose that, and where are you at roughly?
New York.
Okay, where in New York?
Flushing, Queens, Long Island.
Queens. Okay. So I want you to imagine that it's the VA hospital down on 23rd.
Okay.
Okay. They need a
All
new
right.
roof.
Okay.
You wouldn't be able to get that contract because you're not registered to do work with the federal government, but I could.
Right.
And let's say I go down there and I quote them $500,000 to do their roof.
Right.
If I Google hard enough, can I find you?
Could you find me if I'm not registered
No.
with the?
If I Google hard enough, can I find you as a roofer?
Yeah, you can find me.
Okay. So suppose I picked up the phone and I called you. And I said, hey, Gino, my name's Sean. I'm a national federal contractor. I do everything from wind tunnels, water treatment plants to kitchen renovations. I'm calling you today about this roofing job over at the VA hospital. What I want to do is I want to send you over the plans and specifications. And when you get them, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call me, and I'll walk you through the job step by step because I'm already familiar with the job.
Okay.
So I send you over the plans and specs. You pick up the phone, you call me. We negotiate a deal for, let's say, $400,000. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Gino goes out and does the work for a $400,000 contract. Good for you, Gino. Okay.
Right.
What do I do? I move on to the next deal. Okay. And the next
Right.
deal might be a roofing job in Texas or a roofing job in Wisconsin or a roofing job. Okay. I don't give two shits about your guys. All I'm caring about is that I'm making $100,000 while Gino goes out and does all the work.
Okay. So you're subcontracting.
I'm subcontracting everywhere I go.
That's
Okay.
fine. I have no problem with that. I work with a few guys like that myself.
I'm just saying that, that's a totally different perspective. Look, I understand the world needs subcontractors. The world needs people that go to work every day and sling a hammer. And I get that. And I'm appreciative of that. Okay.
Right.
My morals and my ethics in business, I don't care about the guys underneath me. I just want to make the deal and move on to the next one. I'm just different.
Okay.
Okay. And so, look, at some point, and maybe not today, but at some point in the future, you're going to want to start making money with your head rather than your brawn. I'm not
No,
a
no,
big
that's,
guy.
you're misunderstanding my point.
Maybe I am.
No, 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 you're misunderstanding my point. I'm not saying that I don't want to make money. Of course, I want to make a ton of money. If I can make 50 million tomorrow, I would. Understand? Money comes with hard work. Okay.
No, it actually comes with specific application of knowledge.
Right.
Okay. That's the difference. Look, anybody that gets signed up with me, what I'm doing is I'm launching them into the federal space so that they can find, bid, negotiate, and perform federal contracts anywhere. Okay. All
Okay.
you need is a cell phone, a laptop, and be able to communicate what the federal government is spending money on, and then finding the people that do that type of work and getting in between that.
Okay.
So it's not hard work. In my entire career, I never did anything called hard work. It was just a process doing it over and over and over again. It's the specific application of knowledge. That's what really sets you free, so to speak, is negotiating the deals.
Okay. All right. So you're telling me that I could just negotiate deals and take it from there. That's what you want to teach me.
First of all, did anybody prior to you coming into this, and I promise you during this or after this, nobody's ever going to ask you for money. My Look, I've made all the money I'll ever need for the rest of my life.
Congratulations.
The only purpose of these calls is to open people's minds as to what this is or what this isn't. But you're never going to hear, so if you buy now or if you get in by the end of January, and nobody's going to call you tomorrow and say, hey, you talked to Sean. Okay. It's not like that. This is just two people in the construction industry having a conversation. That's all this is.
Okay.
I'll give you another example. Have you ever heard of a SAM registration?
I have not, but I've just listened to some of your videos and I was at least learning about it.
Okay, so a SAM registration is just that. It's a registration with the federal government. It just says this is who I am and this is how you pay me if you want to give me a federal contract.
Huh?
SAM registration. So you and I are going to play a game. I'm
Okay.
going to give you the answer to the question before I ask the question. Here's the answer. SAM registration. Ready to play?
Okay. Go ahead.
There's one thing and one thing only required to be a federal contractor, and that is a.
Sign registration.
So if you sell cake mix to the Navy so they can make cakes on ships, what do you need?
Sign registration.
If you sell bullets or aircraft parts or even construction goods and services, what do you need?
I need the sign registration.
Okay, now we're going to play the other part of the game. I'm gonna give you three scenarios.
Okay.
If before we start, if you and I walk through a neighborhood and I point to the top of a power pole and say that's a transformer, do you know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. Yes.
Okay. Scenario number one. The transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician in the state of New York. Now,
Right.
that has nothing to do with the company that got the job. All they needed was a SAM registration. But you have to hire a licensed electrician in the state of New York to replace that transformer. That's a requirement of the contract.
Right.
Scenario number two, the transformer shall be replaced by a licensed electrician. Well, now any licensed electrician from any state can go into New York and replace that transformer. There's no such thing as a state inspector going on to a federal job. It's federal eminent domain property. Again, this
Okay.
has nothing to do with the company that got the job. All they needed was a SAM registration. Scenario
So as
number
long as they're
three,
SAM registered, which I like.
they can get the job.
Yeah.
Scenario number three, the transformer shall be replaced. Now, that literally means that you and I can go out there and replace the transformer on a Saturday. And it gets written all three ways all the time. You just have to read the requirements and comply with them. And that's how I can tell you and everybody else that I talk to that I've done $1 billion worth of work for the United States federal government. I have never had a license of any kind other than a driver's license.
Okay.
I've just been SAM registered. In the early days, it was called CCR, but today it's called SAM.
Okay. All right. So what do I do? How do I start?
Well, if you want to start with me at the end of this Zoom, when we're done, you'll get a text message from my team that says, pleasure talking to you. If you want to invest, here's how you can invest. But I would encourage you to, you know, if you're not interested in buying my shit, watch the videos that I put out. Get a real good sense of who I am as a person, what I do, and the people that I help. Oftentimes, I'll record conversations with people that win federal contracts, and we talk about them and how to accomplish them and what to do with it now and that kind of stuff. So, I would just. It's difficult for me because I don't need anybody's business. I really just want to help people.
Right. And I appreciate that. It's uh it's a good feeling. So I understand where you're coming from.
It
So,
is. In fact, some people push back on me sometimes, and I go, look, if you could do anything for the rest of your life, what would you do? I mean, you can only travel so and see so many places. I've bought RVs, traveled around the country multiple times, flown around the world, seen some neat shit. But at the end of the day, what gets me up in the morning is phone calls like this.
right. Trying to put somebody on the right track and knowing that you're responsible. It's a good feeling.
It is. I really enjoy it.
Hmm. So I appreciate the words.
Yeah. Anything else
Okay.
you want to know?
I mean, I would wish I would have watched more of the videos, but I couldn't get into them for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, just go into my YouTube channel. That's public, and you just start watching videos.
All right. If you could text me your YouTube, and I will do that.
Yeah,
No
I'll be
problem.
happy to do that.
And
I mean, think about it this way. When you woke up when you were 10 years old, did you go, oh my God, I can't wait to be in the construction business someday?
when I was 10 years old, no.
No. Okay. But at some point in your life, whether you were 16, 17, 18, or 25 or something, you started figuring out that money can buy shit. And you wanted some of that money. Okay.
Right.
And then somebody came along and said, hey, if you go up on the top of this roof and peel this off and get down to they showed you everything that was involved, to install a roof. And they said, and we'll pay you for it. So there was some point in your life where you were learning how to make real money. Okay. And you invested time with an expectation of a return for that investment of time and learning, right?
Right.
This is the same thing. Go watch 10. I mean, look, you spent years in that business before you started making real money, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Here's an opportunity. It's not going to cost you anything, just time. Go watch 10 hours of my videos. Okay. You're
Okay.
going to learn something. I promise you'll learn something.
And I'll definitely do that. I'll start
and
today.
then expect a return on that investment of time.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds awesome.
All right, Gino. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. God bless you.
Yeah, you bet. Have a good one.
Say bye.